Song by U2. It's called The Sweetest Thing. Special request going out to Bill and Erica in Westport, Massachusetts. Good morning, Vaqueros. This is DJ Doc V. Thanks for tuning in to Office Hours. Sorry about that little technical glitch earlier. Had a mic not working there, but we started off the show with a song called Milwaukee by The Both, which is a collaboration between Amy Mann and Ted Leo. They began collaborating in 2013 and released their self-titled album in April of 2014. So, wow, 10 years old already, Amy Mann and Ted Leo. Got a great show picked out for you today. Got another fine poem from Gallery Magazine, once again from the 2020 edition. That'll be at about 50 minutes after the hour. And then, as we do every week, we've got This Day in History. That'll be at the bottom of the hour. It's 71 degrees in the upper Rio Grande Valley. Sunny skies. We're expecting a high of 82 degrees today and a low overnight of 55 degrees. And remember, we had the Burning of the Letters, the homecoming event Burning of the Letters last week was postponed. And they'll be doing that tonight before the Vaquero baseball team takes the field against Milwaukee. Interestingly enough, that I picked that song, Milwaukee, to play first. I'm not sure how much you pay attention to lyrics or anything, but Amy Mann in the lyrics there says, you go over the bridge in Milwaukee past a statue of Fonz and the Duck. These are actual statues on the Riverwalk in Milwaukee. And if you're not sure who the Fonz is, I wonder, do you guys know who the Fonz is? You ever heard of the Fonz?
Is it a band?
What's that?
A band?
A band? No, it's not a band.
No. It's not the guy that's like A.
Yes, the guy that does A from Happy Days.
Yes, yeah.
Right? Happy Days?
Yeah, the one that's like next to the machine, they just like kick it. It was like
Yeah, sure. Hey. Yeah, so they actually do have a statue of Fonz on the Milwaukee Riverwalk. Fonz from Happy Days. In fact, Henry Winkler, still around kicking. He's in that new series, relatively new series, Barry on HBO, playing an actor coach, which is really funny. But so I had to look up the images of the statue of the Fonz. It's a bronze Fonz on the Milwaukee riverfront, the bronze Fonz, and then the statue of the Duck is a little bit further down on Milwaukee's riverfront. So if you ever find yourself in Milwaukee, say, I'm going to go see a statue of the Fonz. Why not? So let's see. We've also got weather. Let's talk about weather elsewhere. For Bill and Erica, make sure you stay warm there. 45 degrees in Westport, Massachusetts. 53 degrees and sunny skies in Oklahoma City. And a balmy 31 degrees in Spokane, Washington. So our buddy Steve out there. And by the way, Steve, we've got some Living Color coming up a little bit later here in the show. So make sure you stay tuned. I know we were messaging back and forth about that band last couple of days. So let's get back to the music now. Enough talk from me. Recently, Billy Joel was on the Stephen Colbert Show talking about ending his residency. I think it was a 10-year residency he had at Madison Square Garden in New York City. And so I thought to commemorate that, let's do a double shot of Billy Joel. This first one's called Don't Ask Me Why. It's got a little, kind of lounge music kind of theme. And then I got another one coming up for you by the man Billy Joel here after this one. So stay tuned. Boy, what a sweet voice she's got. Man, she's got we were talking about it here in the studio. Really a kind of a otherworldly voice, Sade. Just really, there's really no one else like her, Sade with the Smooth Operator. She just turned 65 too. It's hard to believe she's that old. Well, people get old. What are you gonna do? I know it happens. Before that, we did a double shot of Billy Joel. Started it off with "Don't Ask Me Why," and then "She's Got Away." The live version of "She's Got Away" preferable, in my opinion, to the album version. But that was a double shot of Billy Joel. At the bottom of the hour, we got This Day in History coming up, and then another great poem from Gallery Magazine at about 50 minutes after the hour. But thanks for listening, Vaqueros. This is DJ Doc V. Be with you till 11 a.m. Don't forget, stay tuned after office hours, the Feminist Hour, La Hora Feminista, coming up, Feminista, at 11 o'clock here, Texas time. 71 degrees and sunny skies here in the beautiful upper Rio Grande Valley. This weekend we should talk about. Looks like it's going to be a great weekend. We've got 82 high today, 82 high tomorrow with partly cloudy skies. Sunday, sunny skies, 86. Monday, 89 with a 7% chance of rain. And then Tuesday, back up to the 90s, where 93 is a high on Tuesday. So looks like it's going to be a fun weekend. We've got Vaquero baseball tonight at the stadium, and before the game starts at 6:30, we're going to be doing the burning of the letters, our homecoming tradition here at UTRGV. So make sure you head out there if you're able, and check out the burning of the letters at 6 o'clock, and then catch the Vaqueros taking on Milwaukee in the baseball stadium at 6:30. And remember, they still got the Vaquero beer at the stadium. So make sure you go out and get that Vaquero beer at the baseball stadium.
We have free ice cream though.
We've got free ice cream.
Yes.
Tonight?
Yes, if we have a home run.
You get a home run. Okay, really good. Well, let's go there and cheer on the Vaqueros and make sure that we can get some free stuff. That'd be fantastic. Love free stuff. It doesn't matter how rich you are. You always love free stuff, right?
Always.
Let's get back to the music here. This is a song called A Horse With No Name by America. Give it to me, Aretha. Oof. Boy, you can't go wrong with Aretha Franklin, the queen of soul. Only on Vaquero Radio, the Valley's student station. Born March 25, 1942, and died August 16, 2018. An American songwriter, singer, pianist. Rolling Stone twice named her as the greatest singer of all time. Global sales over 75 million records. Aretha Franklin, one of the world's best-selling music artists. Got her start gospel singing at the New Bethel Baptist Church in Detroit, Michigan, where her father was a minister. At the age of 18, she was signed as a recording artist for Columbia Records. Her career did not immediately flourish, but Franklin found critical acclaim and commercial success once she signed with Atlantic Records in 1966. She recorded acclaimed albums such as I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You, title track we just played that. So that's a great history there for Aretha. Gotta love Aretha no matter what. As we do every week on Office Hours, we've got a little bit of this day in history for you. And on February 23rd, 1978, Grammy voters make history by failing to settle on a winner for the year's best song. Instead, Barbra Streisand's Love Theme from A Star Is Born, also titled Evergreen, and Debbie Boone's You Light Up My Life were both awarded the Best Song Grammy, the first tie in that category in Grammy history. Other Best Song nominees that year included Glenn Campbell's Southern Nights, Crystal Gale's Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue, Carly Simon's Nobody Does It Better, and the Eagles' Hotel California. Left off the list that year were enduring hits like Stevie Wonder's I Wish, Elvis Costello's Allison, Tom Petty's American Girl, and Bob Marley's Jammin'. By the way, I've heard some pretty good reviews of that Bob Marley biopic that's out in the theaters now, One Love. Might have to watch that maybe this weekend or something. The award for You Light Up My Life was not actually an award for Debbie Boone. The Best Song category is an award for songwriters, and though You Light Up My Life propelled Boone to the Best New Artist award that year, she did not write the song herself. A songwriter named Joe Brooks picked up his Best Song Grammy for a song originally recorded by an obscure session singer for use in the soundtrack of a movie he also directed called You Light Up My Life. Debbie Boone's record label found the song and had her recorded after the movie had already been made. It went on to spend an astonishing 10 weeks at the top of the pop charts in the autumn of 1977. You Light Up My Life was Debbie Boone's only pop hit, and led to her only Grammy nomination. Love Theme from a Star is Born, Evergreen, was co-written by Streisand and Paul Williams, both multiple Grammy winners. And here's a little piece of trivia for you. Paul Williams wrote the music for A Muppet Christmas Carol, one of my favorite Christmas films of all time. In fact, still a tradition with my family. Every Thanksgiving, or soon thereafter, we watch A Muppet Christmas Carol. And even though we live in different cities now, my daughter and me and her mom generally do a group watch and watch and fire off text messages back and forth to each other about the different parts of that film that mean so much to us. Great version of A Christmas Carol. I got to say that the Muppet version of A Christmas Carol is absolutely my favorite. I love the musical too. I also love Scrooge, which is also a musical that stars Albert Finney as Ebenezer Scrooge. But the Muppet Christmas Carol with Michael Caine as Scrooge, just really, really great. For other things that happened this day in history, let's see here. Jason Collins in 2014, the first openly gay athlete to play in the NBA, makes U.S. sports history. In 2020, Ahmaud Arbery is shot dead while out jogging, where he was accosted by two people from the neighborhood, where he was just out jogging. 25-year-old black man shot dead by a white father and son while out for a jog in a suburb of Brunswick, Georgia. On May 7th, following the release of a video of the killing that spurred national attention from the media, civil rights groups, lawmakers, celebrities, and eventually the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Gregory and Travis McMichael, were arrested on charges of murder and aggravated assault. William Bryan, who filmed the shooting on his phone, was also arrested and charged with felony murder and criminal attempt to commit false imprisonment. All three men were later found guilty of murder and sentenced to life in prison. Also on this day in history, the U.S. flag raised on Iwo Jima in 1945, and we've got a bit of a valley connection there. If you haven't been out to Harlingen, near the military academy that's adjacent to the airport, there's a replica of the Iwo Jima statue that you can see. I went out there, a couple of years ago and saw that one. In 1954, children received the first polio vaccine, which would lead to the disease being eradicated in the United States, that vaccine. In 1980, Eric Heiden speed skates into Olympic history for the United States. And finally, in 1868, W.E.B. Du Bois is born. He is a black intellectual, born in Great Barrington, Massachusetts, a brilliant scholar, and an influential proponent of civil rights. That's This Day in History, as we do every week on office hours. Thanks for listening. Got a special dedication coming up right here. In fact, my buddy Steve was telling me he was asking me about Living Color and did I like them. And I got to see them at the first Lollapalooza in Stanhope, New Jersey. That was the festival that I went to that time. Jane's Addiction at that, and I think we're going to get some Jane's Addiction in before the end of the hour as well. But for now,
and during the few moments that we have left,
who's that?
we want to talk right down to earth.
What are they saying?
In a language that everybody
I don't know.
can easily
Check it out.
understand.
That's Ministry from the Psalm 69 LP with Just One Fix, Al Jorgensen and the crew. Before that, you heard Jane's Addiction, Mountain Song from Nothing's Shocking. That's the LP there. And then we started off that set with Cult of Personality by Living Color. Shout out to Steve, who gave me the idea about putting Living Color in there. And yes, we could talk about the title of that song and the lyrics. Certainly as applicable today as it was when it first came out in the 90s. For sure. So thanks for tuning in to Office Hours this week. It is 76 degrees and sunny skies. We're expecting a high of 82 today in the Rio Grande Valley, 45 degrees in Westport, Massachusetts, 56 degrees in Oklahoma City, and 32 degrees in Spokane, Washington. Looks like we're going to have a nice weekend here in the Valley. So make sure you get out and do some fun activities. Tomorrow, a high of 82 with partly cloudy skies. Sunday, a high of 86 and sunny skies. Monday and Tuesday, back up into the high 80s and low 90s. By Tuesday, 93 degrees. No rain in the forecast, really. That's good for this evening's baseball game at the baseball stadium. Make sure you check out the Burning of the Letters as well. As we do every week, I've got a great poem picked out for you. This from the 2020 edition of Gallery Magazine. It's a poem called Marionettes by Kevin Barbosa. A weak signal transmitting from a faulty circuit system. No one calls display on the caller ID. Our wasted years ringing, lost in telephone lines, muted by a ceaseless dial tone, until wires cross and loop, strands coursing and conducting as veins surging throughout my structure. A vigor blasting off inside me, disgorging rocket fuel and spreading volcanic ash, where trickled embers harbor to compose a faint crackle when smoke ascends through my polish. Strings appear on the outside. They hook me up and prop my limbs while a rod manipulates my head. I'm speaking in tongues. In order to create a love that is not transparently present, his solid wooden arms coil me. The cables tighten and trap me in his grasp. Cleaning up old dirty habits comes an aged philosophical whisper, better late than never. The staples which lodge into my form. Bending himself inward, yet breaking me within, I ask him to keep squeezing, so I slowly splinter and scar all over. For my spinal cord snaps in slivers. With my breath taken away every time, I cough out blood and exude ectoplasm, since there is no ubiquitous puppeteer. Everything we know is disjointed. The final irony of being my father's son. That's a poem called Marionettes by Kevin Barbosa from the 2020 edition of Gallery Magazine. Got time for one more song for you. This is Smashing Pumpkins with Tristessa. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you next week. Make sure you keep listening to Feminist Hour coming up at 11 o'clock. Have a great weekend, Vaqueros.